So we're going to do the July Great Awakening update. Are you ready? July is going to be big, like fireworks. So I'm going to pull one card from the God deck. I have not produced this thing yet. So I'm going to pull one card as to the one thing God wants to think us to think about this month as a collective. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Okay, so God's grace is within you and it is sufficient. It is all that you need, and that is being present in the moment. Okay, so always remember that. And I have a little wasp story to share with you. I had a wasp land on me the other day, and it wasn't going to leave. I didn't want to wave it off because I didn't want it to sting me. And I just, let's see, hang on just a second. Okay, something was distracting me, so I had to go take care of it. Okay. Yeah, so this wasp was on my leg and it wouldn't leave. Usually they land on you, poke around, and then they take off or whatever. And it wasn't leaving. It wasn't going anywhere. My heart was pounding really hard. I didn't want to wave it and make it bite or sting or anything. And then I felt it lick me, and it stayed for a really long time. So I was sweating it. I was literally sweating. And okay. And I had to calm myself down, stay really present. I spoke to it and I said, just please, you can linger if you want to, but just, I have respect for you. I'd ask you to respect me as well. And, leave me in peace, please. And it took a while. It even left like a long mark about that long, like an oval, where it had licked on my leg for I don't know how long it was. It was a long time. I was reading at the time, and I probably read like 3 pages before it finally left. Oh, and the relief when it left. And of course, I looked up the meaning of wasps, and I was like, oh, some of that seems like it can pertain. Okay, all right, take notice of this or whatever. And then I was in the bath later, and I said, God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sparing me from being stung by that wasp. And he said, why do you think that happened? Why do you think it didn't sting you or anything? And I said, my degree of presence and me calming myself down, because they can sense when you're afraid, which it totally could tell I was afraid, at least part of the time. And they'll, just like a dog will bite you if you're afraid of it, or could, because it feels like, well, what are you afraid of me for? What do you think I'm going to do? Okay, then I'll do that, or whatever. So fear is not a good thing to have, right? And I knew that. So that's why I calmed myself down and went present and everything. I said, because of my degree of presence, and then I calmed myself down. And he said, exactly. He says, and that was my point. I wanted to give you a story that you could share with your audience and remember yourself that if you're ever panicked, scared at all about anything that's going on, go inside. Just go be very still inside. Calm yourself down, breathe, slow your heart rate, and talk to it. Even if it's a storm, you can talk to it. Thank you so much for leaving my home intact. And so whatever, yeah. And I just cleared my throat when I said that. So definitely speak up, say something to it, even out loud, say something to it, speak to it. Okay. So now that's in your head too. So you can always remember, or if you see a wasp, it might be your reminder. It's time to get present. It's time to slow everything down and just be calm and settle down. All right. So let's take a look at the general energies of July for the collective. All right. What do you guys What do you, God, Spirit, our Spirit crew, our guidance council, what do you guys want to let us know? For the month of July, please. What are the energies of the month of July? Stargate Heart. Heart chakra is opening, unlocking generosity. Oh, where'd I put that? I gotta go find something for a second. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, so heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. Huh? I wonder what might be happening in our world that would cause us to be generous, especially at a time when everybody's in lack and they're, like wondering when things are going to change and when we're going to come into that time of plenty we've been expecting. So, they just said your heart chakra must be open to receive. If you have any resentment toward anybody, those of you with a true love counterpart, make sure you have no more resentment. Make sure that you have forgiveness in your heart for your sake and for your abundance sake, because this that's going to be coming in is going to be requiring your heart to be open. Anybody that you are upset with still, make sure that you are healing that. Okay, so let's take a look. Stargate heart. I'm going to pause it. Okay. Stargate heart. The heart chakra is our connection to love and generosity. When opened up, it can take us on a powerful expedition to experience love. Now, this is for the entire month of July. This is the theme for July. Okay, so true love is coming together too. A lot of people in true love connections are coming together in July. All right. In Sanskrit, it is known as anahata, which means unstruck. I thought it was unstuck, but it could mean that too, because there's no mistake. So unstruck or even unbroken, revealing that even though that we feel our heart is broken, our true spiritual heart is always whole. The heart chakra governs all aspects of our heart, including relationships, what lights us up, and of course, our self-worth. The gateway transports us to an emerald city, the temple of our heart. This sacred space within us is a place of wonder and love. Here we are reminded of the sacredness we hold within and are encouraged to know that although it's like a hidden treasure, this beauty deserves to be seen and enjoyed by the outer world. In the gateway image, there is a path to the Emerald City, but it is a path less traveled. This can represent many years of denying our self-worth and also moments during many lifetimes when we've pushed love away. But now we are moving closer to the love we are. So let's place our hands on our hearts right now, and I'm going to do an activation for that stargate, that heart stargate, to really open up and for us to start receiving that which makes our heart overfill. Okay. Amama shishi na haisan se e la ke entaense hipi he o ma ana shishinkin hala sa se e he mo om na ai hala san se pi shishe he la anta I ha ala hason se shikensa hala puhit ma hana san se pe he la shen titita hesa se e la ashishinkin Isa sikipi hitma umaana taina hala hapoma hatshensa. Okay. Yay, beautiful. And I know that the ETs are really trying to work with us right now. The Lemurians, the Arcturians, the Andromedons, the good guys are really trying to let us know that they are here for us in a very strong way. Like, don't forget we are here. Do not become afraid. We are here. And so I have had a recent activation. What happened for me is I woke up one morning and there was beep, just a beep. And I was like, that's weird. And it was so odd. And I didn't know where it was coming from or anything. So I just it woke me up and I started looking around like, what was that? And then I thought about this book that I have, connecting with the Arcturians. And so I thought, oh, they're trying to get me to go back and read that book. Now, ETs a lot of times communicate with clicks and beeps and these like quick little sounds. So yeah, I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. I'll definitely get back to reading that book when I get a minute. You know, you guys know I'm reading this other stuff too with Paul Wallace books. And so I thought, well, I'm going to dedicate some time to the Arcturians by, I'm going to read Paul's books over here at this time during the day. And then in the evening before bed, maybe I'll connect with the Arcturians and read that. So a couple days later, after the beep, then I was in the kitchen and Annie was on the countertop. And because her water is there in a little trickle fountain. So she was going to go get a little bit of water, and she heard it too, but it went beep, beep, beep. I was like, whoa, that was like three. It was like one beep and then two beeps following. So I look around again. I'm looking around. No, I don't see anything that would have made that sound. And Annie was doing the same thing. She was like this, like, what was that? Where'd that come from? And I was like, well, that's just more confirmation because she heard it too. And then I thought, well, I better get you reading that book. I really got to get in there and see, see what this is about. Then, now this is so cool. So I opened it up and I read about a page or so, like probably about 4 or 5 paragraphs ish. And then all of a sudden I read this. Our transmissions are a high frequency, still immeasurable by your instrumentation. When receiving us, there is a slight beeping sound that comes into your auric field. This activates special electromagnetic receptors in your cellular structure, enabling you to receive our thoughts. It helps you to let go in order to receive these messages. Then you can translate them into your language. So I was like, wow, like, I heard all those beeps and all of that activity led up to me reading that on that page. And they knew that I was about to read that would explain what they were doing and why they were doing it. Isn't it incredible how spirit, like how all of spirit, how all of God, how all of it's is so orchestrated and magical and synchronistic that, I mean, and this happens on a regular basis for those of you who are in the flow and really stay present in the moment. I mean, you guys are seeing all this kind of stuff too. You're seeing feathers and numbers and things coming together. You're just like, how did that even happen? Or how did they know? Or this is incredible. So we're definitely being led big time. And yes, and you guys probably also know that the Arcturians have been helping me for years with what I call my med bed treatments. When I do the Qigong on you guys, when I do my healing, the Arcturians are the ones who kind of spot me. They act kind of like nurses with what I'm doing. So they're standing on either side of me, or usually they're both on the right-hand side. There's like 2 of them. So they've been wonderful to work with, but apparently we're going to even a deeper level with the way that we're working together. So I'm really excited to see what that's going to be like. In addition to learning all the things that I'm learning from Paul Wallace, which he's starting to get to a part in the book. I'm about 60% through the Eden, Escaping Eden. And I've asked him to come on the channel and talk to you guys, but we'll see if he'll do it. He seems to be very busy. I'm sure he's a very busy man. But anyway, he's getting to the point where he's talking about how in the Old Testament, I don't want to get into that yet, but it involves extraterrestrials. So, yeah. All right. So, and it explains so much about why we didn't understand the difference between the gods in like the Old Testament, the God in the Old Testament versus the God in the New Testament. It seemed like totally different characters. Now, when he goes and does all this research and shows you what he's looked into and what certain words mean and everything, it all starts to make sense that the ones in the Old Testament are actually some beings, some extraterrestrial beings, plural. So there was, good ones, bad ones. That's where you get all the names of God. They're all actually different beings in the past, called the powerful ones or the sky people. So it's really interesting. So anyway, I'll that's for another video. Anyway, so we're gonna see who's looking out for us right now and who's guiding us at this time. Who's our major person that we're gonna be leaning on or relying on for the month of July. Which one of you beings are looking out for us in the month of July while we open up our hearts and get ready to receive? Nematoma again, safe space. Nematoma's been doing a lot of work for us. We need to thank her for that. Thank you, Nematoma. Okay. Become quiet and listen, for Nematoma is leading you in her sacred grove. I'm bringing you safe and sacred space. She says softly, your scattered and uprooted energies want a place to call home, both within and without. Do your best to make your dwelling a haven for the soul, no matter how small or temporary your living space may be. If your home hasn't felt secure, call on me for help. Your aura, which is your psychic safe space, can be sensitive to everything to which it's exposed. When it gets overloaded with the weight of the world, retreat to your sanctuary, which is the peace within you. Meditate and ask every energy that's encroaching upon you to gently leave. Protect your boundaries without guilt. It's time to find emotional space, safe space is it time to find emotional safe space with therapist or healer? A secure container for processing your feelings may be just what you need. And I do have a new calendar, by the way, for those of you who've been wanting to do a remote reading. It's way, way, way easy. I'm so grateful if you guys are looking to do that. So I may soon lead you to powerful sacred sites where ancient trees, stones, circles, or outside temples provide a changing encounter with the divine. Okay. Sanctify your space and put down your roots. You belong here. Awesome. Okay. So you always belong right here in the present moment. Anchor yourself in the present moment. And do what you can to make your environment feel safe to you, smudge and whatnot. And don't let anybody rattle your cage. Don't let anybody in your environment or in your home that you don't feel fantastic about being there. Be very protective of your space. Be very protective of anybody who even comes into your awareness, practically. Like, be like on guard against negative energy, or clear your space on a regular basis. Yeah. All right, so let's look at an herbal astrology oracle. What do we need for this month? What do we need for July? What do we need for July? What do we need for July? Ashwagandha, purpose. Okay, we're stepping into our purpose, they said. Cool. Maybe we're stepping into a purpose together as a mission, as a team. There's a sun and a moon. Yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah, the masculine and the feminine coming together for their mission. Okay, so number 54. I'll grab that. Okay. It's about finding divine purpose, finding the future self, receiving a divine gift, receiving a gift again. Wow. Ashwagandha is ruled by both the sun and moon. It is strengthening, regulating, immune protective, anti-aging, and mood boosting embodiment of the energetics of the solar archetype. At the same time, it provides restful sleep, deep relaxation, nervous system nourishment, and restoration, all of which are embodied by the lunar archetype. I just found out yesterday. I just found out recently that vanilla is a really great anti-aging vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract, and it never goes bad. So go get yourself some vanilla and put it in everything that you can. Okay, ashwagandha, like the North Node, mirrors the potential of our divine purpose, also known as dharma in Sanskrit. Ashwagandha contains both solar and lunar elements within it, as it provides great strength and adaptability, yet with the deep qualities of the moon, such as relaxation, lucidity, and expanded consciousness. Ashwagandha reminds us that it's not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. When you're living in alignment with your dharma, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling of wholeness and completion. Perhaps you are not clear on your desired outcome, so your efforts feel unfocused and purposeless. Even if you've lost touch with your why, remain open to the mystery of the journey, stay focused and playful, and keep following the signs. I was just in my premiere chatting with some folks, and somebody said something about like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Like feeling a little lost. And I said, I don't think anybody does right now. I don't think there's anybody who really is. I mean, I really doubt it. And we shouldn't anyway, because when we're present in the moment, there's no plan. You're just going with the flow of where God leads you in that moment. So that's really where we need to be right now. So just don't be hard on yourself. If you think, well, I should have a plan, or I should have this together, or I should know where I'm going with all of this, you won't. And it's best that you don't, because you need to just be being led right now. It's important, I think, that we're malleable, shapeable, moldable, and that we could like pivot and head that direction if we need to, or pivot and go this way. So even if you had a plan, even if you thought that you knew what you were about to do, it could totally change. So stay super flexible and be willing to go where you're being called to in that moment. Obviously, there's other things that you have made plans for, that it's like, in order to go in this direction, I need to start making some tangible plans. That's fine. But don't get so far ahead of yourself or too concrete about any of it. Be willing to be flexible and think on your feet, basically, and stay in your heart space. Stay out of fear and stay present in the moment. And you'll have more and more. I just saw like the Bog of Stench. The Bog of Stench from, gosh, what movie was that? I think that was The Labyrinth, where, each step that they would take as they were staying kind of present, they were just kind of like, where do we go now? A stone would come up, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. It was actually a creature calling out to nature, basically calling out to rocks. He had a connection with rocks, and the rocks just kept appearing. So stay present, and it works the same way. You don't know where you're at. It's like, okay, this is another analogy is coming to me that happened. I had a German Shepherd years ago, and I was lost in the woods, and I was trying to find my way back to my car. And I had a general idea of where I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. And it was getting dark, so dark that I was really kind of getting some anxiety about it. And I was like, I don't know if I can even see my car right now. It's so dark. Well, my dog, and I know he was a real goofy guy. Like, he was just like a really great personality, really funny. And he would just like get tons of energy. He was always running around. So this was very not like his personality. And he came right next to me and he leaned into my leg, and he was really tall. So I was like, what is he doing? And I put my hand down, and he started to lead me one step at a time. I mean, I could have cried. It was so incredible. It was like one of those miraculous moments where you're just like, where did you all of a sudden become mature? Like, where's my dog, and where did he go? Because it was just like, he was so deliberate with each step that he took. He could tell I couldn't see. And he was like, just this way, this way, this way, every moment. And he led me right to my car. I was so shocked. It was one of the coolest moments of my life, honestly, because it was, like I said, it wasn't at all like his character. Okay. Mother Mary, or Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene. What do you have to tell us about this time in July? According to Kim Clement, it's strange July. So we may see some strange things coming up ahead. I just got, yes, well, you don't know the half of it. Oh boy. Okay, the prophet. That's funny. Kim Clement. I mentioned Kim Clement and then the prophet. And I was about to say Julie Green too. So how funny is that? All right, the prophet. And let me find it. So what I was going to say about Julie though is that she's been mentioning like darkness coming, like especially the darkest of, it's like varying degrees of darkness. Like the bad guys are really going to not be able to even see in front of their face, and the good guys, you know what I mean, generally speaking, those who have love in their hearts will see or sense or have some natural light around them, so they'll be able to see a little bit, they'll be able to navigate a little bit better during the dark times. Is this true? I do get a yes. All right, so the prophet, all unfolds in perfect time, and all you need to know is revealed at the most perfect moment. Be patient and trust, for angelic forces are at work in your life right now. Feel the presence of the goddess within you. Ask her to clear your mind so that you may hear her guidance within your heart. The goddess speaks through feelings that stir within you. Feel her pull your heartstrings as she bathes you in her healing light. You will receive a sudden inspiration when you least expect it, and this will lead to a most positive outcome. Be prepared for a pleasant surprise. Yay. Awesome. Something shocking but wonderful. Even miraculous, they just said. Some of you are going to, they said to expect a miracle. Okay. I bet we're going to get more confirmation of that one. So, what past life is going to get triggered for us in July? Can you bring up for the collective of those watching right now, what is going to be a really prevalent past life that's going to come up for healing right now? What I've been feeling lately is like past lives that are being healed for your pets. And I can do that. I can work with your pets in a remote session, and we can find out why your pet is doing what it's doing. If you suspect that it's something really strange like that, like, well, my pet must have a past life with that because it's just unexplainable. Then I can definitely work with you and your pet on that. Imprisonment or slavery. Whoa. Oh boy, here we go. Imprisonment or slavery. Hang on. Okay, here we go. This card signifies that you spent time imprisoned or in slavery. Your rights were taken from you, as well as your dignity and freedom. You are free now, but you still may harbor fears related to that lifetime. Yeah. For example, you may feel claustrophobic or in confined spaces or on airplanes. Yes. Or you may have developed a form of Stockholm syndrome where you feel empathy toward those who abuse you. So, on the other hand, your experiences can also make you feel exquisitely compassionate toward those who suffer. You may devote yourself to defending underdogs and bringing more love and justice to this world. Absolutely. To heal any residual fears from that previous lifetime, remember the details of that past life. To loosen the shackles and feel yourself and free yourself from the symptoms. Channel your altruistic feelings and tendencies into helping society. Acts of kindness and compassion heal the individual as well as the world. So I know that some people go into denial about what's going on in our world right now because they've had those past lives, and it scares the daylights out of them, and they don't want to go through it again. So they're just like avoiding it as much as they can. So I want to do a past life clearing for you guys. If you can just drop your shoulders and relax right now. And in this life, I encourage you to take a look at courses by americansinAction.info, or looking into Russell J. Gould has a program that he can help you go through. Like, start taking steps to reclaim your sovereignty if you haven't yet. I think it's really important to show God that we're like committed to having freedom in our world again. We want that back. Well, we never really had it. We thought we did, but anyway, we're creating freedom in our world. So however you want to do that or cultivate that for yourself, make sure you are. And there's a peaceful administrative way to handle everything that they're doing to us right now. Just stand your ground and be peaceful, and don't let your past life make you overreact or make you go into denial. So I'm going to do a blissing for you guys right now to help you to stay really clear, really calm, and to assert yourself in a loving, compassionate way. And you could even, the more that you learn about these things with sovereignty, you can teach others and help them to become free as well. So we're going around freeing the slaves, one person at a time. We're going around freeing everyone. Okay. Yeah, they just said freeing the mind is the first and foremost. So that's being present in the moment. You know, suffering comes from letting our minds get involved. When our minds are not involved, either in the past or the future, then all we have is God's guidance right here in the moment. And we have our instincts to guide us. So stay in those instincts and stay free. All right. Hapema ashishinche hela atanse hela oshum pomama aken hana ashishinte ha la sahib he na pona chain ho opwana ake ha la sanse shishi he na taike sanse pin hu hana hapa han chenche he la krina tai. I feel like I grabbed some world truth cards, and I feel like asking about what it is that's going to come up that's going to trigger us about that. So give us more details. I'm going to pull a few cards on it. Let's see what do we need to know about whatever is going to bring up that past life fear for us. Something being not a good idea financially. Do not invest in this, or wherever your money is, move your money to a safer place now, for now. So this could be like the banks crashing. This could definitely, and the stock market crashing, or whatever is going to be happening financially that's going to bring our dollar officially to zero, to flat. So yeah, that could definitely, everyone knows that there's either going to be a global reset, or, we're going to go into the new quantum financial system. So everyone's been up at arms as to which road are we going down. Well, that's going to depend on you. I believe we're going into the time of the quantum financial system, which has God consciousness in it. So, because I think we're going into the Jubilee and Nasara and Jasara, and that's not just hopium. That's honestly what I've been asking over and over and over again. Even when I'm lacking faith, I still always get a yes. So that's where we're coming into. But I really do feel I also feel that God is really trying to tell us, you have to choose fear or you choose me. You cannot have both. You cannot be, he calls it lukewarm. Says, do not be lukewarm. Either you're on fire for me and you believe it's coming, or you're going to be cast to the wayside. You're going to have this stuff happen. So we still are capable of switching timelines. So make sure that you're staying present in the moment. Make sure that you're being filled with joy, and that you're dancing around and you're thanking God for all the wonderful things pouring into your life, and all the miracles and magic and synchronicities and all the beautiful, incredible things. Just be so grateful all day long, all the time. Don't be afraid. Whatever you're grateful for, it's going to be taken away from you. Don't let those thoughts creep in. Just be like, I'm so grateful and so happy to have this, that, and the other thing. Just list it. Let your heart soar. Thank you, God, for protecting all of it too, because I love it all so much. And just, start tackling your fears. Start tackling your fears so that you can, you can be the master, and you choose love in every moment. Choose love. All right. What else do we need to know? Wow, you're about to be celebrating in the streets. You're about to be dancing in the streets, celebrating. Okay, so whatever it is, it's going to be a good outcome. Oh my gosh. So if it has to do with all the banks going down and everything, it must pop up real quick too for us to be celebrating in the streets. Or maybe, it could be that it happens from the beginning of July all the way to the end of the July. Oh, I just got the 4th of July being something that we're going to celebrate. So that's exciting. Use your brain, not your brawn, because you can outwit your opponent. So this makes me think of like using your strengths, and do not fear. It says you can do this. Be confident. So don't give in to whatever tyrannical bullying there is. And that's why it's a good idea to do everything administratively, because you do not want to combat anybody right now. You do not want to get in their face. You don't want to wave a gun. You don't want to do any of that silly stuff right now. Don't be a child. You can be mad and you can be defensive, but also realize when you're mad and defensive like that, and you're accusatory, and you're peeking through your blinds, seeing who's going to come, and you got your weapon behind you, you're in fear. That's fear. That's what I think they call that woke. That, like, what's going on, but you're definitely afraid of it. You got to get out of that kind of mentality and help anybody that that's like that. Help them to get out of that mentality. Help them to trust. Help them to believe. Help them to have faith any way that you can. Okay, secrets are soon to be revealed that will bring clarity, although some of it may be hard to digest. Rest assured, this is divinely guided and bringing positive changes as a result. Thank you, God. Follow through on that divinely inspired idea you've had. It's brilliant and sure to succeed. Incredible. Now, I have a lot of really scary cards in here that say, like, don't do this. You're going to get duped. Oh, beware of this and that. We're not getting all of that. Wow. Another one. There is divine intervention and timing at play in this situation, so don't worry. Spirit and or extraterrestrials will step in at the perfect time. So things may escalate and look a little hairy or look a little scary, but it'll be all right. And there will be unexpected, shocking news to be revealed. It's the time of revelations, man. It is to awaken the population and to make them aware of important issues that need our attention. So if something shocking is going on, it's not pointed at you guys, okay? It's not pointed at you who watch this channel. You guys are awake. You know what's going on. Anything scary going on right now isn't even to test you guys necessarily. It's just to scare the doo-doo out of people who are asleep, so they wake up and look at what's going on. They gotta see it somehow. There isn't any better way than to have things show up in their world that are a little scary and right in their face, right? Okay, so wow, that was incredible. That was great. Yay. Thank you, God, so much for that encouragement. So how do we best take care of ourselves right now? Oh, no. What do we have coming in right now? What do we have coming in? Sword of light. Tell us what's coming in for July. All is in perfect timing. Doors are opening to abundance. Look at that. The steps that you're going to be given. One moment here, one moment there, one moment there, one moment there. And then you're going to go through the gates of heaven. So incredible. And remember that baby with the bathwater talk I just did? Remember too that like the rapture, that could be the solar flare, So you don't get hung up on details. Stay flexible. It's time to play. Yay, we could use some play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. So if you're just sitting home fretting all the time, make sure that you get out and have fun. Go out and enjoy whatever you can. However you can, get out there and have some fun as well. Make time for that. Take control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. So have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. Anytime that you catch yourself going down any kind of a negative spiral or any kind of, you just even start thinking about negative worry stuff, stop yourself and align and just take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart even, and say an affirmation that states the opposite. Thank you, God, so much that everything worked out so beautifully, as if you've already received it. Thank you, God, so much that everything. Oh, I'm so relieved. I'm so glad that never happened. And I'm just so glad you always look out for me and then I'm always okay. Do that. Change is coming. I am here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. Yay. So transformation, and it's going to pop us out in a state of joy and celebration. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Embrace this magical moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Didn't I say this was going to get confirmed? I knew it. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. It's a time of wish fulfillment, you guys. It's going to be, sometimes it'll be scary, but have no fear. Because we're going to be celebrating. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to, it might be pretty scary for them to reassure us so much that everything is going to be a celebration. It might look like, Julie talks all the time about like, it may look like they're winning somehow, but just know that God's going to flip it really fast to our victory. So fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. Be this woman. Be that. Hold that light and hold the line. Hold your sacred space within you, the present moment. Do not let your fears come in there. Be a light to others as well, because I'm sure they're going to need you. Because you already know what's going on. You have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. Be that safe space for them to come and talk to and confide in when it all goes down. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. How best do we... Oh, I also want to get a spirit animal. What spirit animal is helping us right now? What spirit animal is helping us for the month of July, please? We can keep an eye out for. Bison abundance. We're about to receive you guys abundantly. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness and teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. Okay, there we go. More confirmation. Now, if you see buffaloes, I just saw a white buffalo like in my mind right now. So if you see a white buffalo, that's going to be especially encouraging for you. And take that as a really, really good sign. All right. So now, what do we need to do to best take care of ourselves at this time, please? What do we need to do as a collective? What do we need to do to best take care of ourselves? Or what do we need to pay attention to in July to be our best, to do our best, to stay in the best attitude or perspective, have the best perspective? Okay, growth. Evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yeah, absolutely. Stay flexible, stay fluid. Hey, we could grow a tree in our house. Sure, why not? Like don't be stubborn and be like, I would never do that. Well, maybe you would, and maybe it would be best for you. Be as good of a friend to yourself as you are to others. Oftentimes in my consultations, I'm saying that, like, what would you say to your very best friend about that if she were in your shoes? Oh, well, I would tell her to da-da-da. It's like they always have the perfect answer. And it's like, well, why can't you, say that to yourself right now? Say that to yourself. Okay. Elevate. You get what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standards. Believe in yourself. Know that you deserve this life that's coming for you. Know that you deserve all this goodness pouring in, that's about to start pouring in. Beauty. Today, you are a curator of beauty. You are blessed with moments that let you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all is well in the world. So you're going to get plenty of reassurance from spirit if you'll just listen. Okay, and watch for signs. Oh, you might be moving. Some of you might be moving. A long walk is good for the soul. Get outside and allow Mother Nature to lift your spirits. So that's one of the best things that you can do for yourself in the month of July is get outside. Self-worth. Why settle for crumbles when you deserve a whole meal? So watch how people treat you and don't allow people to be there who aren't treating you right. Today, I allow life to be easy. Take it easy on yourself. Go have fun. Become like a child. And don't let the scary things even bother you. If there's just made me think of a kid in a park who's playing on a swing or something, and she sees like a dog running by snarling, and that just ignore the dog. Just swing, stay peaceful, swing. Just do your thing. Watch the dog go by and start going after something else or whatever. Or maybe your mood is going to change the dog's mind. Maybe the dog's going to be like, oh, maybe as you're swinging, you'll be like, super happy, and the dog's going to look at you and be like, oh, well, do you want to play? Or you could like take a ball and throw it, or a stick and throw it, or, something like that. So you can change things by your mood. Okay, what else do we need to know, Spirit, for the month of July? Prosperity. Good Lord. There's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. So they just said manifesting money, honey. Own your divine power. Replace codependent people pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. There you go. Stand up for yourself and the way you want to be treated. Let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. So go sparkle and be seen. Don't slink back into the shadows. Get out there and share your beautiful light with everybody in any way you can. I just feel for some of you who've been thinking of starting a YouTube channel, you need to do it. Balancing your feminine and masculine energies. I also feel like that could be about union coming together, but you both have to feel balanced within yourselves to come together. So, okay, busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess the underlying reasons for being busy. So no avoidance or procrastination. Really get down to making things start happening. Yeah, in your power. Heightened intuition and unnecessary worries. So make sure that you go listen to your instincts and your intuition to guide you, and instead of worrying about things. Yeah. All right. Now these cards. What else do we need to know about the month of July, please, for the collective? What do we need to know for the month of July? What do we need to know for July? I am the angel of happy families, of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. So that could be an animal, a baby, a family, so many different things. Something you consider to feel like family, good friends coming together or whatever. Wow, and another abundance card. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you, guiding, protecting, and watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. You're going to be given to. Now, when you take good care of yourself, so everyone can benefit from it. Also, that's a good card to lead into this next thing. To help heal the situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. So try to always, see the other person's perspective from a compassionate point of view. We talked a little bit about that in that last video too. A happy move to a new home or a place from it seems to me we're going to get like a bunch of money, and we might move with it, or your options open up somehow. So it's going to usher in a lot of positive new energy. You're flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend, because others will soon be inspired by your example. So also, if you're flying and somebody else is still on the ground, don't let that hold you back. Don't feel bad about your abundance. You embrace it. Spend time alone, meditating. Make sure you do that. Okay, so this one's leading into the other cards I wanted to get to this month. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are being watched over by the angels. So don't worry about your animals. Now, this is a good reminder. I was going to ask you guys to make sure that you always go to every once in a while, at least once a month, go and check your home page. Just click on home. And I have a video in there about the right things to be giving them on a regular basis or at any point. And they're by these really good veterinarians who take a holistic approach to things, but they're also, they're coming from a really balanced perspective as to, then they give all kinds of pointers. They offer a free download that you could even share with your veterinarian. So I don't know. I would watch that video that I shared on the homepage and at least and download that PDF so that you can be aware of what you need and what you don't need to be giving your animals at this time. All right. So on that note, I wanted to ask, I'm going to use my pet cards to see what your pet wants to say to you right now. And I'm going to do 3 animals, okay? Because a lot of people have like about 3 animals. So pick 3 animals you want to do this on. And so we're going to start with your first animal. Your first animal feels like hiding under something. So if you don't have a way they can do that, or if you're not helping them embrace that, they would like to be in a cubby, or get them something for that. Get them a real comfortable little place they could tuck away and not be seen by anybody. I'm scared of something that's outside, but it's coming too close to our home for my comfort. So I feel like doing a light language blissing for whoever, whichever group of pets this is. I want to help them to just let them feel safe, help them feel safe, and to ward off any kind of like disembodied spirits or any kind of energy that's kind of looming or coming in at you. It could be black magic being directed at you, God forbid. Whatever it is, I'm going to put out some energy to help your pet feel supported right now, and to help them know what to do with the energy, and to help ward off anything that might be coming in scaring them. Hamama sheshe na haisanse pula kitchen che puhuma ana ala san city di puhuma ahaken ala sasen che pehema an. Be aware when your pet is starting to act like that, kind of hiding out, kind of scared. Smudge your place. Immediately smudge and protect your place, or do light language blissing if you know how to do that, or whatever works for you. But be aware of your pets if they start acting different. Okay. I love how magical you are. You are truly one of a kind. I'm proud to have you in my life. You see the very best in everything, and the fairies and I see the fairies celebrating you all the time too. So you must have a good relationship with fairies, and they see that. They understand that. That's so sweet. I know it's been a rough go, but I appreciate your efforts and care. I love how you try to speak my language. We got a good thing here, you and I. Okay, so that's the first pet. Okay, second pet. The second pet might be like a finicky eater. It feels like you've been trying to figure out what to give them and not give them, and are they allergic to this, and do they need that? And I feel like they feel bad that you're having to try to figure all that out. A couple cards just fell out. I'm not doing well on this medication or food. Is there a plan B? Maybe something natural. I'd like some more positive reinforcement about what I do right. So a lot of times with animals, we don't understand or understand that we need to be using positive reinforcement with them. So try to ignore the bad behavior as best you can, and steer them toward the right behavior that you want them to do. It's up to us to train them correctly. If they seem stubborn, they're not stubborn. You're not showing them right. Because if they truly get it, they would want to do what you want them to do, because they would get it. So you're not helping them get it enough if they're not doing what you want. I'm truly happy with the way things are. Please stop worrying if I'm happy enough. I'm aware I'm serving a divine purpose in being a part of your life. I wish you'd show me more love. And I feel like with that one, let me see what this next card is. Oh, I do love how you try to speak my language. We got a good thing here, you and I. I wish you'd show me more love. What do you mean by that? I feel like this one feels a little ignored sometimes. or doesn't understand why you leave. Maybe you should explain why you leave and why you need to go places sometimes. But it could also be that you don't play enough with them. Like they want you to engage with them more. Okay, I don't like that person, place, or thing you're wondering about or talking about all the time. I want you to be happy. So maybe you have something in your life that's actually a stressor that's not doing you any good. And your animal is saying that they want you to do what makes you actually feel happy. I'm allergic to something in my food. Now, if we were to do a session, then you could read the ingredients off to me, and I could tell you which of the ingredients is giving them a problem. Okay, so let's go to the third pet. Third pet. I have people who only contact me for their pets. That's what they just happen to need the most help with. Okay. I feel so content and comfortable with you. You make me feel so special and at home, and I appreciate it. I feel like this animal could be one that's adopted and so grateful, but they also might feel a little bit like, I don't want to put you out by any means. Please don't. And it doesn't mean adopted, but maybe you just got them even from some other place or whatever, but they feel like new to you in a sense, or so grateful, like, oh my gosh. And it's like, oh, please don't dote on me. Oh, please don't get me a bed. I don't deserve a bed. I feel like them kind of being like that. I love how you try to speak my language. So all of the animals so far today have loved that you try to talk to them. So that's beautiful. I'm bored and I need more fun in my life. So, and I feel almost an apology in saying that, like, oh, I'm sorry, but I am kind of bored. Could you give me something to do or give me a purpose or something? Maybe some more training would be good. Are you leaving me? Oh, are you giving me up? Sigh. So maybe because they're bored, they're thinking you're just sitting there waiting to get rid of them, or maybe they've always been passed from home to home to home. And usually the person, just before they pass them along, they ignored them like you're doing. But that they don't know that that's actually, pretty human nature. I'm doing what I can to make you feel safe and secure. Oh, okay. Your intuition's right on about me. You're tuning into me telepathically, and I love how in tune we truly are. I love how you speak my language. I love how magical you are. Oh, I wish I could scream or cry sometimes. I'm so frustrated, and I'm getting a fairy in my ear. Please try to understand me instead of getting angry or frustrated. I can't stand up for myself with words. It's not fair. I really am trying my best. Aw. See, some of these guys just need proper training. Don't get mad at your animal for doing anything wrong. You go study on how to do that best. I'd like to sleep with you or cuddle with you if I felt more comfortable. I'm sure it'll happen in time. Just wanted you to know I feel the same way too. I'm just a little shy. So you're not doing anything wrong necessarily. It's just, some animals take a long time to warm up to feeling comfortable enough to cuddle and do some of those things that are natural for other animals, especially if you raise them from when they're really little. Okay, so I think we're done. I guess I'll look into the masculines a little bit. All right, so yeah. Let's see. Let me get my cards. Hang on. Okay. So for the collective, obviously, this is not a private reading one-on-one. Obviously, I do those too. Hamashishikaina. This is how the divine masculine is feeling about the feminine right now. For the month of July, the collective, most of the divine masculines, for the feminines that are watching this video right now, how are they feeling about their feminines this month of July? Okay. Sure. All right. Huh. These are interesting. Oh, okay. Hmm. Interesting. Good. Thank God. Jeez. Okay, that's good. Okay, all right, okay. Wow, this is very interesting. Well, wow. The bottom of the deck, which is the theme, is they're going to be taking some action out of integrity. They're setting boundaries with somebody they don't want to be pouring themselves into anymore. They've been spending a bunch of time and energy on other things, and they know they have been ignoring the very thing that could make them the happiest. And so now they're turning their attention on you. And they want to balance the situation out and go forward unstoppably. That means not stoppable. Okay. Like no one and nothing can stop them. Okay. Because they've been doing some massive healing and they're getting in their power. They're feeling like, like they can do this, like they're capable and they can do that. They also want you naked, just as a side note, because there's a lot of nudity here. Okay. So what he's thinking in his headspace is that he wants to walk away from the people pleasing. That's why he was giving to somebody else he shouldn't have been giving to, that was just not totally ungrateful. He's really afraid he's going to miss out on you, and he's trying to figure out a way that he can get himself out of a situation. And it could be a situation where he's with a karmic or something, or it could just be like he's gotten himself stuck in something and now he needs to get out of it, or maybe it could even be family beliefs and traditions, but they want to get away from it. They're thinking, I'm going to get away from it. And it's because in the heart space, they've taken a good look at their insecurities and why they people please and why they do what they do. And they're starting to see that they need to let the sun out. The sun within them needs to come shining out, or the whatever the specialness inside of them, they need to like take it out of its cage and let it fly free. And they are also thinking that they could work together with you on how best to do that. Even it could be a career, or it could be just working with you in terms of like cooperating with you finally, and you guys being on the same page and figuring out what you want to do. For some of you, it may be like he may have a plan to make a bunch of people squabble and fight over something, and then he sneaks out of the scene. And it could be a work scene. So his actions are that he really wants to fix a broken heart, and he could actually be taking a road trip to come see you, or just traveling to come see you to make that happen, because he has a lot of faith in your connection and he wants to do things properly. He wants to do things right. He may even think that the best way to balance the situation out is to marry you. Possibly. It's not going to be everybody. His overall energy is like listening to his intuition. Maybe even he's been more present in the moment, been more meditative himself. And he's got some kind of a bright idea about how to beat out competition and beat out even his own brain. It's like his brain has been sabotaging himself, and he's finally seeing it like it is. And he's like, I think I need to look at it in this way that I can get around myself. I could get around my own self-sabotage and reach her. So, and reach could be phone, it could be travel, it could be just reconnecting with you or connecting with you. In the future, he's going to do whatever he possibly can. Again, that unstoppable energy, whatever he possibly can to break through the karmic, to break through any extenuating circumstances, because he misses you like crazy and he wants this new beginning to happen in pronto, and he's going to fight whoever he has to get to you. I'm seeing like a kung fu movie or something, take that, take that, spins around, hey, boom, and he's gonna, he wants this new beginning with you. So he's transforming the spying. Thank you, God. They've all been spying way too long, insecure about what they'll say, how they'll say it, when to reach out, and all that other stuff. And because they can stay in that procrastinating energy forever. And it looks like they want the end of the difficult period. So they're getting up the courage to actually make this thing go forward fast. So they sound like they're not going to let anything hold them back anymore. And it looks like they just really want to bring they just said restitution. I don't know what that is. I can't remember what that means, but restitution kind of sounds like bringing rest to it. So, bringing it to a conclusion is another way, they said. So, with the masculine cards, what do we want to tell about these masculines and what they're thinking about their feminines right now for the collective for July? Okay. You're pushing me away, trying to control this. Please give me space right now so I can make some decisions on my own based on what I truly want instead of you pressuring me. They have enough of that from their karmics. You don't need to be pressuring these guys. Just leave them plenty of space. Now, if some of you that may be in the 5D, like you're talking to your masculine all the time, like, where are you? What is going on? Or you may be literally saying something to them or texting them, or it could even be friendly, but you're still like kind of pushing them, and they know it. And they say, I'm sorry, I will make this right by you. I love you. It's just, but let me do it on my own terms. And like I said, he's wanting to get you in bed. I hope we'll be compatible doing certain adult activities because I really need somebody open-minded. There are lots of things I'd like to do with you, and I just hope you'll be receptive. Will you please send me messages on social media so you can let me know you're still thinking of me. So they do get insecure if you go real quiet. So if you want to like just give them a little wink on social media, if you even feel like it, then go ahead. So he's saying, you are seriously, literally the answer to my prayers, my dream girl or boy. You'll say yes if I ask. I'm so nervous because I'm seriously planning to propose or elope. So get ready. So I did mention marriage for some of you. I miss you. And I also mentioned him missing you. I miss you so much. My heart aches. I don't know what I'd do without you in my life. Please don't go date anyone else. I know I may seem like I'm taking my time, but I'm evolving faster than you think. So yeah, I just feel like he wants to do it and he wants to do it as quick as possible, but he wants to do it on his own terms. And I don't think he wants you to know that he's coming. So let's take a look at the divine masculine daydream cards. What are they daydreaming about for the collective of those watching right now? How much better he feels he is for you than anybody else and proving it. Wow. How beautiful it would be for you to listen and understand each other deeply. What could be possible if they could get their hands on more money? Confessing to you and it all falling on compassionate ears so you both can heal this. Choking up with tears right now thinking about you. Making a difference in this world with you and how best to do that. How you make them believe that they can be the best version of themselves. Taking you out for a dinner or something fun. Wanting to be honest with you no matter what. Staring into your beautiful eyes and getting lost in them. And how nice it would be to have you to confide in and lean on once he's ready to do that. He wants to extend a small gesture to see if you'll be receptive. So be anticipating that in July. Wanting to kiss you so bad. Okay. All right. So just some words from Spirit, maybe some God cards, and we're going to be done here. Okay. Spirit, God, Spirit crew, what do you want to tell us for the month of July, please? Wow. Miracles are headed your way soon, so hang tight, stay positive, and keep your thoughts on what you'd like to see show up in your world, because you're going to be crying happy tears and dancing in the streets celebrating. Oh my gosh. Most, if not all of what you're going through is just ascension or leveling up. Good. You'll see why it all had to happen just the way that it did, so please trust the process. Okay. We're all just a work in progress, so cut yourself some slack. Self-love is the nucleus of all that is good. Your mind may be put at ease if you could just do some more research on this. And you'll know what that is if that's you. Shortcuts never pay off at the end of the day. Make the decision, and being, they said, riding somebody else's coattails Don't do that. And don't go by somebody else just informing you of things. Like, you do your own research, you read your own books, because shortcuts never pay off. At the end of the day, make the decision that'll make you smile and drift off to a peaceful slumber, and be proud of yourself for having read that book or looking into that thing, you know? Good people who've endured tough times are the peace-loving warriors and saints of tomorrow. What's happening to make you impenetrable? I'm going to leave it there because that's just freaking awesome. And you really do have nothing to fear but those thoughts you're entertaining. So start using your mind to create what's possible instead. God cards. Okay. So God began this session today, and God is going to have the final say as well. All right, God, what do you want to tell us? What do you want to tell us for the month of July? Yes, I am healing you. So if you've been praying for healing, God's like, I heard you and I'm working on you. And he said, and the Arcturians are really good helpers there for you guys, healing, your guys' healing. Above all else, guard your heart, for all you do stems from it, flows from it. I am within you. I will never leave or forsake you. I am with you always. Trust me more than any circumstance. No sword against you shall prosper. Walk by faith, not by sight. If you tell the devil to back off and leave your family be, he has to obey. You can trust me. Rebuke Satan. You've already won. Yay! Those were awesome. All right, let me just do a general blessing for all of you. However, whatever your intention is, whatever you want to use this for, as long as it's for everybody's highest good and it honors everybody's free will, then it will be done and amplified for you at this time. Ipimohashin shehela kerena taha sanse. Shehela ho mama ake ensase. Haela na pumahana ake ela. Sisi shihila na tela. Sisi pimpumama ona hela shishi na haeke en. Hala shishin sheila en pumpon. Antanta ela zasena. Shishi pihe na toka in. Sansa pe ela shishi he ma. Hana that sanse ela in. He pu po. Hana sa senche na taila. Sanse pu shashe na tahila ansanse. He puhu aman anatanchela. Sai he puhu maan. Cheche la kiritante puhu mahana ai. Ah. All right, you guys, have a wonderful month of July. Just for fun, you might want to look back at the video for June and see what happened in June, so it can build your faith. Because it just feels like July is going to be super powerful. Okay, guys, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.